What's up, guys? This is B-Side Investing. Welcome back to the channel, and we're doing a 100K challenge video. And currently today, well, this whole weekend was kind of messed up. I mean, the Elon, the tweets, everything, it was not clear what he meant, and then he had to backtrack. What he was trying to say is could be market manipulation. Hopefully he doesn't get, he doesn't get in trouble, but it looks like he might get in trouble with the SEC again. So I don't know. It's crazy. Anyways, so what we're going to get into today is potential of HIVE getting into NASDAQ sooner than you might have expected. Second, we'll get into our stocks and see what's up, and we'll check out the Bitcoin. And I think that's about it for this one. So first, let's get into the Bitcoin and see what's it doing. So throughout the day, I believe it was just, let's see, tumbling. Right, so today, we opened around 44. I guess more than that. Okay, so we opened around 44.8, and then it just kept tumbling all the way down to 42. Now, what surprised me was that the highest negative, you want to say at least, was HIVE and, let me just zoom out, HIVE and Bitfarm. So it didn't really go down as low as I was expecting it, because it did fall a lot. Bitcoin did fall a lot. So 10% was the lowest that it kind of ended up being. Of course, at the end, we kind of see a bump, but it was surprising. I mean, I was expecting like minus 15 plus for like at least all the miners, but we got a bump up at the end. But throughout the day, like you see Bitfarm, it just kept going up and down. So HUT and HIVE kind of had a gradual sideways today, but towards the end they just lifted up. So what can I say about DigiHost? I mean, my God, this thing's just killing it. Like, it's crazy. By the way, there isn't any news on Bingo yet. Yeah. They don't really have much to update after giving us the after giving us the Q1 financials. Right, I forgot about the DigiHost report on the green energy consumption, so let's just get into that. So I think that's why, yeah, that's pretty much the reason why they stayed up positive and the rest of the miners were kind of down. I think it's a good idea to kind of just reiterate and let the public know what they're running in terms of energy usage, which I know pretty much all the Canadian miners are doing really, really green, reusable energy. So it doesn't hurt to reiterate that and maybe do a press release, and then they could stay in the positive. But it seems like DigiHost to me is that company that is looking after the shareholders pretty much. They give out daily updates pretty regularly. I mean, every month they do a huddle report, and then kind of like Argo and the other Canadian miners, I don't know, they just don't seem to want to do that. Of course, it's up to them, right? I mean, some companies are really they release a lot of news, some just release it in one or a few press release. So I like how DigiHost is doing it, looking after us when Elon is kind of messing up with Bitcoin. So yeah. Right. So the main thing is just this source of energy here. So hydro 42%, nuclear energy 41%, wind 6%. The only bad thing is the coal, which is 0.2, which is really negligible. I mean, so from here, 50% of the energy is consumed from zero carbon emission and renewable energy. So renewable source. So that's really good. I mean, that's really good for New York State, I would say. And they're using 40% from nuclear power energy too. So how much more can you like get greener than that. I mean, like you can do all renewable energy, but I don't think the New York State is also kind of messed up. I mean, they have a lot of problems, so I feel like they're just trying to like make a big deal out of this and then just try to get money out of it or something, like press fees or some shit. So we'll see. I don't even think this thing's gonna go through though, because like you see how DigiHost is like kind of releasing the information of their source of energy. So the other miners in New York State could also do that and show the government that they're doing the best that they can, and they have plans to move towards renewable energy, sources of energy. But it also comes to the part of the government too, that they also have to provide the kind of the infrastructure towards renewable energy. You can't just like pin on one industry saying they use too much power, but like that doesn't seem right. Like, just think about it, right? So you got to think about other industries that use too much energy, like mining and like I don't even want to get into the others, but you get the idea. So yeah. So I'll just say what Michael Lamar had to say. We are extremely proud to report that over 90% of the energy consumed by DigiHost is from source producing zero carbon emission, and that over 50% is renewable sources of energy, making DigiHost one of the cleanest green Bitcoin mining operation in the United States. Yeah, it does make one of, yeah, I agree with that. I thought they were going, I thought he said the cleanest, which I think it's either Mara or Argo, or maybe Riot too. They're all up there. So the problem is the coal usage. It mainly stems from China, as they move towards greener energy. But I think that's where the mining from coal and all that comes from. So yeah, let's see. As a company, we have always been cognizant of the potential impact of Bitcoin mining could have on the environment, and therefore have planned our growth and expansion to be environmentally conscious in our pursuit of opportunities that maximize value for our shareholders. As a shareholder, I'm really grateful for the CEO and the company just being really open about their usage and sharing the timely information that's released. It's really helpful. Keep the stock up among the FUD that's been created, right? So, yeah. They also have a stock option grant for employee and consultant. We're not going to get into that because that's nothing. It's really minuscule stuff. Let's see. Okay, so what I wanted to get into was, let's just see Bitfarm. So Bitfarm is kind of approved NASDAQ. We just have to see when in terms of the date that they're gonna start listing on NASDAQ instead of OTC market. So I found something interesting. HIVE, and so we'll get into Bitfarms and see when they finalize the forms. So Form 40F here. If you look here, registration of a class of securities of certain Canadian issuer, April 28th, when this was finalized. Now I want to get into the press release of Bitfarms. So they got approved for NASDAQ listing on May 7. It'll be kind of confusing, but hopefully not that confusing. But we'll just look into the date and kind of like have an educated guess on when HIVE is gonna get the approval for NASDAQ listing. So we're gonna go all the way back to April 16 when they said, right here, stock market listing. So they said that the company has been continually, let me just highlight this point, has been continuing to actively move forward with the NASDAQ listing process, having filed our 2020 annual information form we are now finalizing for submission of our SEC Form 40F, an important milestone towards our US listing on the NASDAQ. Okay, so we realize now that it is, in terms of timeline, it's April 16, and if we look here, April 16, there wasn't anything going on, but we know that April 28th is when that got finalized. So now, let's look at HIVE, and HIVE Form 40F, and they issued, they did the initial issue and then they amended it, so they probably needed to supply more information, or it could be anything. So May 10 and 13, let's say this is the last day, and May 13 was the last day for them, so we'll get a timeline of when Bitfarms was kind of finalized. So April 28 was kind of finalized, right? And if we look back, so we're going over, so April 23rd, April 26th, April 28th, there's no information here about NASDAQ listing, but May 7 they got approved for NASDAQ listing. So from April 28th to May 7, that's about a week and a half timeline that they got approved after filing the final Form 40F. So now if we go by the same logic for HIVE blockchain, Form 40F, the amended version, was finalized or finally issued out pretty much in the system May 13th. An educated guess would say a week and a half, let's say 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, that's what, 27th? So May 27th. So my educated guess says that NASDAQ listing approval for HIVE will happen around the end of May or earlier, most likely earlier, but just give a little bit of time, and we'll say at the end last week of May. So hopefully that's kind of clear. I know it's a bit of going back and forth, but it was important that I reiterated that and made sure you understood what the forecast is, what the forecast for HIVE is, at least. So now let's get into the Elon and the crypto side. So there was this guy here. I'll link his YouTube channel in the description below, and he's saying that this is a pretty much he goes through it in his video. I'm not that good with technical analysis, I just do the basic stuff, but if you want to check out this video, just look into his channel here, Bitcoin Manipulation 2021. Just type that in, his channel, Uncomplication. So yeah, make it more uncomplicated. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so if we go here and the timestamp of 3:47, he says a man named by Richard Wyckoff, who in 1920s and 30s was so pissed off at the rich interests controlling the market, and as he says, fleecing the public, that he wanted to educate the common investors on how these markets are actually run. And I think with the welcoming of the institutions into the crypto space, they're here, and now it's time for us to wisen up and understand what Richard Wyckoff was trying to educate the public back in 1920s about how these interests move the market and what they're actually doing. So yeah, to get into the full aspect of it and know what he's trying to say, or pretty much, yeah, and just check out that video. I really liked it. I want to look at it again. The Wyckoff event and phase makes a lot of sense, and you should see it kind of really mimics the Wyckoff, kind of really spot on. So right now, I think we're around here. We saw the dip all the way down to 40, let's see, 42. So right now we're on the way up, and we should be seeing some dips. So expect that. I think this daily view helps better. So yeah. Hopefully that helps. Check that out. Get yourself informed, and just know these information so you can make the best decision for yourself. And today we're only down 4%. I mean, that's not bad. I would take it. Let's glance over the stocks that are really down. Bitfarm 8%. Where Bingo's up 3%. It was up and down throughout the day, but I'm glad it's moving up towards the $6 PT. $6 is just like this week PT. It should hit tomorrow or after tomorrow. So Banks is up $5, 5%. Yeah. Ooh, this Bitcoin ETF is down 12%. Damn, that's really representing Bitcoin to the T. So that's why I was surprised that not that many miners were down minus 12 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like more than minus 12 down. They were only down like 8, 10, like 7, 5. Some of them were up. Banks is up. DeFi is down 7%. DigiHost was up on that green energy usage news, which I think most of the companies should do, so they can get at least like a cushion, like just a little lift off from the crazy Bitcoin movements. Like so, DMG is down 8%. Galaxy is down. HIVE and HUD is down 10%. That's why my portfolio here is really down. So, and NDA is down 9%. So, other than that, I mean, I think they're doing better than Bitcoin. If you look at the movement. So, yeah. DigiHost, we're up 20%. And I just want to look at just want to see which one is. Oh, this one's 17%. Oh boy. Okay, so if this is 17%, that means DigiHost now is the biggest in terms of my portfolio here. Yep. I think that's what it is. Let's look at this Excel sheet here. Let it update. If you guys are interested in this Excel sheet, it's in the description below. Just use it. Yeah, I think it's pretty, like, it's not the best, it's not the worst. You know, it's good to track it down. You can put your history, buy and sell orders. And you can also see the view of how much cash you have and all that, and then you can look at the chart for each of the stocks that you own, just some information, basic, and then your entire portfolio. Jesus, look at this thing. This is killing me right now. The census, well, not really much invested here. Maybe $100. So these are the ones that I'm really invested in. So yeah. Position-wise, in terms of value now, DigiHost is the biggest. Yep, $1,200. And soon enough, HIVE will also move up once that NASDAQ listing comes in. That news comes in, boy, I mean, geez, that should move HIVE at least, because HIVE, it hasn't been moving on the Ethereum price movement, which doesn't make sense because HIVE is the only one in North America that has the most Ethereum, and it's kind of synonymous at this point, so it doesn't make sense why investors aren't investing in HIVE when Ethereum moves up. We should have seen this. We should have seen HIVE way up. It should not be at $3. It doesn't make sense. So, anyways, I think this is going too long. So hopefully that was kind of helpful in terms of the information. I know it's kind of tough, but you have to realize that there's a lot of market manipulation going on in the crypto space, especially, well, pretty much if Bitcoin goes down, well, most of the altcoins will go down. So, because Bitcoin is the driver for crypto. So, just be mindful and just try to be well informed, and don't panic and fear the FUD like that's created. just hodl. I think that's the best strategy, and buying the dip when it comes towards the lowest point, which looks like it was about yesterday and this morning. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and please yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace.